My wedding day was my uncle's birthday, and my family decided that was a really big problem. Let's read the family drama. The wedding itself was beautiful and as perfect as I could have ever imagined, but it was a rough time getting there. We started our search for a venue, aiming for a 9/21 event date. Unfortunately, venues in our area started filling up fast, and most of the ones we liked were already booked that day. So, in a panic, we settled on a week later. Turns out that was my uncle's 50th birthday. My uncle and I are not close, and in general, he's not close with the rest of my family. On a typical birthday, we'd likely send a card and maybe a small gift. On a big birthday like this one, my family might have dinner at a restaurant. I think choosing his birthday as our wedding date made the rest of my family want to do more to make sure he doesn't feel forgotten. Their first suggestion was that they bring a birthday cake to the wedding and sing happy birthday during the reception. I vetoed that idea and suggested we celebrate a week or two early instead. After several weeks of begging to bring a birthday cake to the wedding, he relented and went ahead with the idea to celebrate early. My mom decided to throw him a big surprise party to compensate. And then she proceeded to do nothing that would make that happen. She toured a couple venues but ultimately didn't reserve a space. The only time the party really existed, even in her mind, was when we were talking about the wedding and she wanted to guilt me about how upset my uncle was. Otherwise, no one planned anything else and no one talked about it. It continued like this until a few weeks before the wedding, at which point my mom suddenly realized she had a party to plan. She set a date, finally, and found a venue she seriously considered reserving, and it really felt like there was some momentum until, turns out, she had planned the party for when my uncle would be at work. Why didn't anyone ask about his work schedule? I don't know. Honestly, I think this whole thing was less about celebrating him and more about a perverse urge to humble me in some way. So when it came time to actually put any effort into the celebration, everyone's enthusiasm waned. But regardless of the reason, the party was off. The week of the wedding, I called my mom to talk about the schedule and finalize some details. That's when I heard that the party was officially canceled and she had returned to the idea of bringing a cake to my wedding. I once again said no, absolutely not. Her next idea was to use one of the rooms from my hotel block for a mini party after the rehearsal dinner, then give him the room for the night. Of course, the expectations was that I pay for the room. We were just under our hotel block minimum, and I wanted to be done with it, so I agreed.